Aloha and welcome to Mary's Messages of Love on this blessed Easter week and a full moon. It is so wonderful to be here with you and with Reverend Mary Omwake. Aloha, Mary.
Oh, it's truly a blessing to be joining in this awareness that presence is always guiding us, and what a week it is. It's a week of transformation, as you've been bringing through, Cindy. So beautiful. So beautiful.
Well, there's been this powerful energy, and it's interesting because I've been, going since, from my form of Lent, I've been working on connecting daily with Mary and bringing in more and more messages. And I never know after I meditate and pray what's going to come. And there's been some beautiful messages and lovely exercises of light that have come in as well. I got one yesterday. Oh my gosh, I got one yesterday that related to the Holy Spirit. And it was as if two brilliant rays of light from the highest realms of heaven and the highest realms of being are coming down. One is on the right and one is on the left. It forms a beautiful triangle. One's the divine feminine. One's from Mother Mary, one's from the Holy Father. And they're coming down in two big rays, like a V, right down into the heart. And there, the Holy Spirit comes and forms, it's just this nest of a sort, Mary. It's a beautiful nest to hold the Holy Dove in your heart that's being created by all these principles we've been talking about, the love, the forgiveness, the spirit, the faith, the understanding, all transformed in that little Holy Dove nest right there in your heart. And then that love just sends this beautiful light out and then goes on down to the earth and becomes part of the earth. And you were mentioning, as I mentioned to you, what is we're going to talk about, because Easter and the full moon is so important. And
the world in transit. I mean, the world is waking up. We're watching it. So we're in a heightened Easter season. We're in a heightened, it's not just spring, it's everywhere around the world. Don't you feel it, Cindy? You travel so much. People are naturally waking up to an expanded awareness of their magnificence, their inner light, their, so many names, because it's not fitting in our traditions anymore, but it's the same presence, it's the same light, and we get to be a part of it. And Cindy, that image that you just brought, can we just pause a minute to really feel when you were sharing the divine light of the Mother and the Father coming into our hearts? I felt it, and I felt my heart just begin to radiate. And then I especially appreciate to remember to ground this amazing grace, this infinite light that all things are possible, to ground it down in the earth so then you can naturally transform any outer form. Cindy, you're just really, the Mother is using you. I'm thrilled. So,
well,
thank you. I've already been blessed. Anyone listening, this is the first time I heard it myself, and I felt it. So, thank you. And I'm sure others out there, if you're not driving, if you're driving, just listen and go home and listen to the radio again.
Well, there's been so many, besides the words that I'm writing with Mary's Messages of Love book, which you help, because we dwell into the different chapters and different keys that I've been finding to open the door. But it's a living thing, and it's changing every time I go into the light and I ask to be used by Mary. Different things come in, and I never know what's going to come. But this morning, a very clear message came about form and transforming form, and how Christ really was an example of how you can come into form and then be transformed into the pure energy and light that lives eternally. And everything in life is an example. Spring is an example of transformation. All of life is an example of transformation. The only problem is sometimes we hold on to old images, and we cling on to past things. However, we're changing at all times. I mean, we're in constant state of change, and it's really beautiful. We can let go of any old images and worn out ideas and crystallizations that might have taken place in our mind that we might be holding on to. And so spring is a perfect time, and Easter is a perfect example of resurrection and transformation. I got this came through this morning to me after my meditation about transformation. We are all part of God's circle of life, living reflections of the one pure light, spirits here in bodies that live for just a while, and then returning home to another life. Christ came to be an example of how we can all be transformers of this form and receive the transforming power of pure energy, bodies of matter delivered first to earth by the mother's love, then to be able to express the blessings of life by Spirit's holy dove. And we are created from stardust, and we are spinning through this planet in space. And so often we can't even remember the reason we came to this place. For we are all pure energy, here in form for just a while. To express the gifts of love's creation, we're blessed with this light through infinite mirrors so we can see till we find the eternal salvation, giving back with our transformation, the form transformed into spirit's making, our great cycle of God's creation. And Christ asked us to believe we can live eternally. If we have faith, we can see how with God's love we can be freed. The Easter message, Mary, you've given so many times. I don't know if you ever counted how many Easter messages you've given over the years.
Well, that is the triumph of Christianity. It's a universal message, but I think when I work with my interfaith brothers and sisters, every spiritual path seems to bring a real gift to the table. You know, the Buddha's bringing the still mind and mindfulness and compassion. But boy, you know, the Christmas message that God in you, which is a universal message taught by, I think, all traditions. But boy, we've got such a great story, and it's the transformation. You're right in the week, because literally this is the day before the Passover dinner, and this is the week where the resurrection, when it follows the crucifixion. But the power that really ignites the transformative value of crucifixion is the betrayal, because we have petty crucifixions all the time, you know. Maybe somebody dings our car, maybe somebody gets a raise we wanted, maybe somebody dates our boyfriend. You know, those are little, unless you're big attached to it, those are little crucifixions. Every day our little, you know, whining self has a little crucifixion. But, man, you put a betrayal behind the crucifixion so that the person that you started a business with and you invested years of your life, and they take your patent and go out and use it, or somebody, a lover that you've really invested your soul with, and it's just ripped out when there's a betrayal. The catalyst for transformation, if in that moment you can follow what Jesus did, Jesus was always saying, don't worship me, follow me. I'm going to show you the way into the kingdom. I'm going to show you how to live right here on earth, filled with glory and power and love. And the step is we've got to crucify, and that's a big term. We've got to cross out our smallness. You said it so well in the beginning. And allow the transformation. When Jesus went into that tomb, his body, by physical standards, was dead. And in that time in the tomb, he literally resurrected his mind and his body. He always was spirit. You and I are spirit forever, Cindy. That's eternal. You can't not be eternal. It's learning to master the mind and the body so that you literally become a conscious co-creator of heaven on earth. All of us are creating. We're making stuff up all the time. But if you turn on the news today, some of the stuff we've been making up, we've been at war for, thousands of years. And every time we have one of these things, a terrorist attack or another, we act as if it's the first time. We've been watching corruption and we've been watching war. And now we have the ability, I believe, as an awakening species, Cindy, to transform. Clearly, there's just new possibilities because more and more people are getting what you said so clearly. Face what you created in the past, acknowledge it, forgive it, bless it, and get on your way and leave it behind. There's going to be a day, Cindy, when our children read about war in textbooks, and it's going to be as startling to them as if you read about cannibalism. I mean, that was rampant in parts of the earth, and yet we're startled now by it. It's no longer the norm. I believe what's happening now and the transformation that's coming is we're transforming these old patterns of separation, and we release them and we forgive them, and behold, 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 the new, behold God, because the resurrection leads quite literally to the new heaven and the new earth, and it's already happening now. There are people walking this planet just radiating seeds of peace all the time. And I think that's what we're here to do. And when we,
I think we're actually,
the transformation is you said it, getting rid of what no longer serves you. Even if it worked last week and it doesn't serve you today, let it go. You don't need it if it doesn't bring love and joy and creativity. So thank you for that.
For me, a big lesson because I've got a Taurus moon. Taurus tend to hold on to things. I'm one of those people.
Oh, my God, my Hanai mom's a Taurus. God bless you.
I've got a Taurus moon, and I hold on to things, and it's what they call a hoarder. But it is interesting.
Oh,
we all are various beautiful rays of colors of this rainbow, and we all have these different aspects we are here to create. But, Mary, I do think we're transforming into angels. I think we're all transforming, and I believe that we can come back from future times when we are angels and come back as guardian angels for our time here on earth right now, because we do need so much help in working on helping to transform the planet. I mean, obviously Christ and the masters are aware of the work that needs to be done, and
we have some children that need to learn good manners. I hate to say it, we need, and they can't be taught by harshness. And so when I turned on the television at 2 a.m. yesterday to see that there'd been another terrorist attack in Brussels, and it was the same, it seems to be the same cell, it's the same contagion we've seen. Well, it was a horrible thing. It was 31 people. That's horrible. But on the national scale, more people were shot by guns in America that day than died in that Brussels attack. And I only put that out there because we're transforming all of us. And all of us are learning to live with more wisdom and grace and peace. And so when we turn on the news and we see that, we need to stop and just pray. That's all we can do is stop, turn off the TV, and begin to send the light. And so I was up for a couple hours, and then I turned the TV back on, and I watched a few more minutes, and the political scene came on. Well, that's really up my prayer time. I don't know about you, but every time I turn on some of the candidates, I have to start praying. They're good for my prayer conscience.
It's so true. We do have to, and that's one of the funny things about the roles we play. I do think, as I know you believe, that we have many roles in this life, but it's not just this life. We have other roles we'll play after we drop our form, and we're transformed into another heavenly form. It's going to be a totally different form than what we have right now. And then when we come and take another life, we'll have another form, and we'll have another look. And we're having this, just like the butterfly in the cocoon transforms, from a caterpillar to a butterfly. And just as we see the nest of the holy dove, we've been watching on TV that wonderful vision of the eagles watching their eaglets in their nest. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's been all over and
isn't
gone.
that amazing? Millions and millions of people tuning in to watch that. Isn't that's how we're becoming one in magical, beautiful moments. There's